iOS 26 brings more than just a list of new features. It's a step toward a more flexible and personalized system. Apple has reworked the visual style, added smart tools to the default apps, and introduced dozens of small but noticeable changes. Together, these updates create a sense of freshness, even if your iPhone isn't brand new. The update feels like a balance between aesthetics and convenience. There are new ways to customize, a redesigned control center, improved sounds and haptic feedback, and familiar apps like music and photos now include functionality that's genuinely useful in everyday tasks. iOS 26 support remains available for most recent iPhone models, but Apple has drawn the line. Devices older than the iPhone 11 series will no longer be able to update. It's a logical step. New technologies demand more resources, and older hardware simply can't keep up. If you have an iPhone 11 or newer, you'll get access to all the new features. For those with older models, only the stability of previous versions remains. iOS 26 is no longer for them. Installation is straightforward. Just open Settings, General, Software Update, and confirm the download. The process takes about 15 to 30 minutes, depending on your device model and internet speed. The most important step is making a backup so you can safely roll back if anything unexpected happens. After the restart, the phone greets you with a refreshed interface. The key visual highlight of iOS 26 is the liquid glass style. The interface is now semi-transparent with depth and reflection effects. Menus and panels respond to light and movement, creating the impression of a living interface. It's more than just an effect. It sets the tone for the entire system. Liquid glass is especially noticeable in folders and the control center. The transparent panels look like thin layers of glass, with the background shining through. The user experience feels more visually cohesive and dynamic. The main update for customization fans is the redesigned home screen. Now you can change not only the arrangement of icons and widgets, but also the look of the apps themselves. Transparent styles are supported, as well as themes that sync with your case or system. As a result, your phone can look different every day. In the morning, clean minimalism. In the evening, vibrant scenes. The user has more control than ever before, making the iPhone feel even more personal. Not everyone will enjoy the glass interface. In iOS 26, Apple added an option to tone it down. In accessibility settings, you can enable Reduced Transparency mode. Folders and panels then become more solid and contrasted, without reflections or glare. This option is designed primarily for comfort and readability. If your eyes are sensitive, or you simply don't like the dynamic effects, you can now bring back a more familiar look, clean minimalism without distractions. Control Center received a major upgrade. The panels are now semi-transparent, and the animations feel smoother and more dynamic. With a long press on icons, new submenus open. For example, holding down Wi-Fi or AirDrop lets you quickly switch advanced options. Visually, it looks more modern, and functionally, it's much more convenient. The overall impression is that Control Center feels deeper and closer to a full quick-access dashboard, rather than just a set of simple toggles. Apple has completely reworked the style of many system apps. Camera, photos, podcasts, mail, and maps now have new icons with hints of depth and reflections. It's a step away from the flat design that's been around since iOS 7. The changes are also noticeable in the details. The Find My icon now features richer colors, while Home and Maps look visually heavier. This shift gives the system a sense of premium quality and a stronger emphasis on material design. iOS 26 introduces a new collection of ringtones from the Reflection series. The sounds are cleaner and more varied, ranging from calm tones to energetic ones. Users now have more options to personalize their calls. In addition, there's a simple way to set any short audio file as a ringtone. Just open it in the Files app and choose Use as Ringtone. The only requirement is that the clip must be no longer than 30 seconds. Apple rarely touches the small details, but in iOS 26, a new Reduce Loud Sounds feature was added. It narrows the dynamic range of system effects so sharp peaks don't hit your ears. This is especially useful when watching movies or using headphones. You can now also select the AirPods microphone as the input source. This option opens up new scenarios, from notes and stories to quick voice messages, where sound quality and the absence of background noise really matter. The lock screen in iOS 26 now offers new customization options. You can use spatial scenes, dynamic wallpapers that create a sense of depth. The clock and widgets appear to flow around objects in the photo, giving a three-dimensional effect. There are also wallpaper collections that change throughout the day. Morning tones gradually shift to daytime and evening colors, making the phone look a little different each time you unlock it. The Music app has become easier to use. You can now pin your favorite playlists and albums to the top of your library, keeping them always within reach. Lyrics translation is displayed in real time, making it easier to enjoy songs in other languages. The interface itself is simpler, gesture controls are more intuitive, and the player's visuals have been refreshed. This brings a sense of freshness and convenience to everyday listening. CarPlay has received a refreshed design with elements of liquid glass. The interface is brighter and more flexible, with widget support and expanded customization options. Now your calendar, weather, and even photos can be displayed directly on the car's screen. The system adapts better to different display sizes and dashboard layouts. This gives drivers more tools to stay in control without constantly switching between apps. Apple has added the ability to take screenshots directly from the CarPlay screen. This can be useful in many situations, from saving a route to showcasing the interface during presentations. The screenshots are saved in the Photos app on your iPhone and synced through iCloud. Sharing information from CarPlay is now just as easy as sharing a screenshot from your phone. The Podcasts app has been updated in the same spirit as music. The interface is cleaner, with pinned shows and improved recommendations. It's now easier to discover new episodes and pick up right where you left off. The podcast player also supports subtitle translation and offers better synchronization with CarPlay. This makes it much more convenient for those who listen frequently on the go. Apple has simplified the Camera app. Now there are just two main modes, photo and video. All other functions are placed in a quick menu, accessible with a single tap. This eliminates the need to scroll through endless tabs. For users, this means fewer extra steps and more focus on the actual shooting process. The camera feels more intuitive and faster, while still keeping the full set of professional tools. The Photos app has introduced a new way to relive memories. Images can now be viewed in spatial scenes, where the system adds a depth effect. Even older shots appear more vivid and dynamic. Searching your collection has also become easier. Improved sorting helps you quickly find the right moments by people, events, or places. As a result, browsing your gallery feels simpler and more engaging. iOS 26 introduces a redesigned video playback mode. The player interface is cleaner, with larger controls, smoother rewind gestures, and better integration with photos. For short clips, a separate cinematic view has been added, where videos play with softer transitions. This makes watching feel less utilitarian and more like using a full-featured media player. The battery menu has been completely redesigned. The main screen now shows usage graphs, estimated time until a full charge, and detailed statistics by app. The information is presented more clearly, making it easier to see which apps drain the battery and when. For the average user, it's a practical tool for control, not just a list of numbers. Apple has added an adaptive power saving feature. The system automatically decides when to reduce background activity or dim the display, helping the iPhone last until the evening without a charge. In real use, the difference is clear. Even under heavy load, the phone runs longer. It feels like the system conserves power for you without requiring you to manually enable low power mode all the time. The keyboard in iOS 26 is faster and more accurate. Autocorrect has been improved. It understands context better and is less likely to suggest the wrong words. A new panel for inserting emojis and stickers has also been added. It opens faster and doesn't cover the screen. For those who type often, these small changes turn into real-time savers. Notes has gained expanded formatting options. You can now add formulas and create charts directly within the app. For students and professionals, this turns Notes into a mini editor for study and work. iCloud Sync has also improved. Changes save faster, and collaboration is more stable. This makes Notes a more reliable tool, not only for personal use, but also for teamwork. The Clock app in iOS 26 is now more convenient for everyday use. Alarms can be sorted into categories and quickly toggled with a new list view. There are also expanded repeat options. For example, setting an alarm to go off only on weekdays. The interface emphasizes visual clarity. Larger fonts and smoother animations make the app easier to use. Even timers are more intuitive now, handy for cooking or workouts. The phone app has also received improvements. The call interface is cleaner, and contacts are displayed with new cards where the photo and name take up more space. New features include live translation and hold assist. The first translates calls in real time, while the second notifies you when the operator takes you off hold. These updates simplify calls and make them more comfortable. The cellular settings now include additional options. You can fine-tune priorities for 5G or LTE and manage power consumption modes when using mobile data. For travelers, there's expanded eSIM support with the ability to switch profiles quickly. This makes it easy to use different plans without replacing the physical SIM card. FaceTime in iOS 26 is more functional than before. Background effects have been added, allowing you to blur your surroundings or replace them with an image. This makes calls more comfortable in professional settings. You can also send video messages if someone doesn't answer. It's convenient for short updates and helps maintain a personal connection even without a live call. The Messages app now offers more personalization tools. You can change chat backgrounds, choose color themes, and add animations to individual messages. There's also a built-in polling system for group chats and automatic translation of incoming messages. These features make conversations more lively and convenient, especially in international chats. In iOS 26, the App Store looks cleaner and feels faster. App pages now feature updated cards with larger screenshots and clearer descriptions. Search has become smarter, offering collections based on your habits. The Today section has also been refreshed. Game and app collections now come with more visual stories and recommendations, making it easier to discover interesting new content. The Apple Arcade section has received special attention. Subscribers now see personalized recommendations and can sync their progress seamlessly across all devices. Gaming has also improved for regular apps. External game controller support has been enhanced, and game performance has increased thanks to graphics optimizations. As a result, gameplay feels smoother even on older iPhone models. Safari has gone through a redesign. Tabs are now displayed in a more compact style, and the address bar features a semi-transparent background that matches the overall liquid glass design. Functionally, the browser is more convenient. The tab grouping system has been improved, and automatic page translation works faster and more accurately. For everyday browsing, Safari is now a more modern and versatile tool. In iOS 26, the Share menu has been redesigned. The list of apps and actions is now adaptive, with frequently used options automatically moving to the top. New integration with shortcuts has also been added. You can now create quick automations directly from this menu, saving time when working with files, links, and images. AirPods have gained new features. You can now control the iPhone camera with them. A single tap takes a photo, and a double tap starts recording video. There's also an intelligent pause. If the user falls asleep, playback stops automatically. For AirPods Pro owners, live translation is available, real-time translation directly in the headphones. The Preview app has expanded its format support. It can now open more types of documents and allows quick edits without needing third-party apps. Collaboration has also been improved. Files opened in Preview can be commented on right away and saved to iCloud for shared access. This makes it a universal tool for fast document work. In iOS 26, the Maps app has improved routes. The system takes your habits into account and suggests directions before you even start typing an address. For example, in the morning, it might automatically show the way to work, and in the evening, the way home. There's also support for more detailed offline maps. You can now download a region in advance and use navigation without an internet connection. Perfect for traveling or trips outside the city. Apple is focused on integrating artificial intelligence directly into the system. In iOS 26, new tools help process text faster, generate notes, and even suggest smart replies in messages and mail. These features run locally, keeping your privacy intact. You get the benefits of AI while your data stays on the device. The Shortcuts app is now even more flexible. Automations can be triggered by more conditions: time, location, battery level, or connected devices. The interface for creating shortcuts has been simplified, and new building blocks make it possible to create complex scenarios without coding. For experienced iOS users, it's a powerful tool, and for beginners, an easy-to-use builder. The Mail app now has improved search. It understands context and suggests emails even if you don't remember the exact word from the subject line. There's also quick access to attachments and the ability to filter messages by file type. Working with email now feels less like digging through a box and more like using a convenient message manager. The Journal app is now more closely integrated with other iOS services. It can automatically pull in data from photos, health, and even maps to create a timeline of events. Tag support and smart search have also been added, making it easy to find entries by mood or date. This turns Journal into a full-fledged tool for keeping a personal chronicle. The Reminders app is now even more reliable. Tasks can be grouped by topic and linked to the calendar. You can also create subtasks and track progress on larger goals. Lock screen widgets let you quickly check off completed items without opening the app. For everyday task management, it's a small but meaningful revolution. The Wallet app has become more versatile. It now supports more types of cards, from passes and memberships to keys for smart locks. Conveniently, they can be accessed quickly from the lock screen. Apple has also expanded support for digital IDs. In regions where this is available, you can use your iPhone as a full identification document, confirming your identity without needing a wallet. The Fitness app now displays data in more detail. New activity metrics have been added, including recovery time and workout intensity levels, helping you track progress more effectively. When paired with Apple Watch, the system now provides more context. For example, comparing your current results with previous weeks. This turns the stats into a clear and motivating tool. The Tips app has been refreshed in the style of iOS 26. It now provides interactive hints and tutorial cards to help you learn new system features. What makes it especially useful is that tips appear at the right moment. For example, when you first try a new camera feature or customize the lock screen. Apple continues to improve accessibility. In iOS 26, new voice commands have been added for navigating the interface, along with expanded options for users with low vision. There's also support for adaptive screen gestures. You can now set up your own custom movements to control the iPhone more easily. This makes the system accessible to an even wider range of people. Wi-Fi settings are now more convenient. You can quickly share passwords using a QR code or copy them to the clipboard. For corporate users, additional security options have been added. Support for 5 GHz and 6 GHz networks has also improved. The system distributes the load more intelligently, ensuring a stable connection even with many devices connected. The Passwords menu is now part of a standalone app, making it easier to store your credentials. You can securely share passwords within a family or team with all data encrypted. Autofill works faster and more accurately, and the built-in security audit alerts you if a password has been compromised. This makes storing data on the iPhone even more reliable. In iOS 26, Dictation has improved speech recognition. The system now understands context faster and handles long sentences more accurately without unnecessary pauses. Mixed input has also become more convenient. You can type by hand and dictate phrases at the same time, and the iPhone combines both methods seamlessly. After a long wait, Apple has updated the standard calculator. It now supports calculation history and can plot simple graphs. A new feature called Math Notes lets you write an equation in a note, and the calculator instantly shows the result. This transforms it from a basic tool into a useful assistant for study and work. Screen time has become more flexible. Parents can now set more detailed limits for apps and create schedules for device use. New reports have also been added. They show not only how much time a child spent in a specific app, but also the exact hours of usage. This makes monitoring more transparent. The Weather app now shows more information: air quality, UV levels, and hourly precipitation chances. Animations are more expressive. Rain, snow, and clouds look more realistic. The forecast is now not only informative, but also visually appealing. Find My has new features for locating accessories. The system now shows distance and direction to a lost device with greater accuracy. For family accounts, you can now see the battery level of other members' devices. It's a small change, but it makes sharing and managing devices more convenient. The Files app now works better with cloud services. You can connect more storage providers and manage them directly from the interface. New preview formats have also been added. Documents and media files can be opened without third-party apps, saving time and effort. iOS 26 introduces a simplified recovery system. If something goes wrong with your phone, you can restore it directly through settings without connecting to a computer. Backups are now created faster, and the process of restoring data from iCloud is more stable. This reduces stress in critical situations and makes the system more reliable. The TV app has a refreshed interface. Movie and show catalogs are easier to navigate, and recommendations now take your preferences into account more accurately. SharePlay support has been improved, allowing you to watch content in sync with friends even on weaker internet connections. In iOS 26, Apple has optimized system performance. Apps launch faster, and background processes use fewer resources. This is especially noticeable on iPhones that are 2 to 3 years old. Battery life has also improved. The system manages workload more intelligently, allowing the battery to last longer during active use. iOS 26 is an update that makes the iPhone more flexible and convenient. It introduces a new visual style, improvements to core apps, and dozens of features that impact everyday use. For some users, the highlight will be liquid glass. For others, it may be home screen customization or new tools in CarPlay and music. But the idea is the same. Apple continues to evolve iOS so that everyone can find something for themselves.